Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've been seeing all your comments on TikTok asking me for reviews analysis for this one. So today, it's finally happening. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not delay any further and jump right into the details. Let's start by delving into the insights shared by our first reviewer.
This reviewer seems genuinely happy with their purchase of this scooter. They mention being of average height and build, and while they can manage the seat height, they feel it's really better suited for taller folks or those with longer legs. They found themselves on tiptoes when seated, which might be a consideration for some. Assembly wasn't completely smooth sailing. Our reviewer had some trouble aligning the bolts for the rear cargo rail and spent a good chunk of time getting the disc brakes properly aligned to prevent rubbing. Definitely something to be aware of if you're not mechanically inclined. As for performance, this client tested out the pedal assist levels and found pedal assist system 1 too comfortable for leisurely pedaling. Pedal assist system 3 was the upper limit of comfortable pedaling, while pedal assist system 4 and 5 felt more like ghost pedaling where the motor was doing most of the work. They originally bought it for longer rides and it seems to be delivering on that promise. After taking it out for a longer ride, the reviewer was clearly impressed. They were able to cover a significant distance on a single charge, even with moderate throttle use and varying pedal assist levels. They even mentioned that they probably could have squeezed out a few more miles before the battery died. The headlight was deemed bright enough for basic visibility, though they planned to upgrade for serious night riding. They were pleased with the brightness of the rear light and brake light and suggested that the manufacturer should consider adding turn signals to their models. Overall, this scooter seems to be a powerful and well-performing option. Despite the initial assembly hiccups, the reviewer seems very satisfied with its capabilities, especially considering the cost. They suggest that if you hear any loud whining or grinding noises when spinning the tires, realigning the disc brakes is a must. Otherwise, you might end up wearing out the components quickly and experiencing a noticeable drop in performance.
Fantastic. Now, let's see what insights our next reviewer has to offer.
This reviewer gave this item a 5-star rating because of the superb customer service and their ability to help achieve a quality experience with the bike. Our reviewer initially had reservations, but wanted to properly test the bike and see how the company handled any issues before settling on a final verdict. Regarding the positives, this client finds the bike aesthetically pleasing, describing it as handsome. The fat tires give it a rugged look and make riding on grass or uphill feel safe and easy. While it doesn't come with extras like a basket or phone holder, it has a nice headlight and bell. The battery life is excellent. Our reviewer has ridden it multiple times for several miles each time and still has a full charge, expecting to get at least 40 more miles before needing to recharge. This bike is fun to ride and doesn't need a lot of throttle to pick up speed. Initially, the reviewer had some concerns about comfort, being 56 and finding the bike a bit large. The handlebars were also uncomfortable, requiring additional spending for a better fit. However, the company provided helpful suggestions, preventing the reviewer from wasting money on incorrect parts. The assembly process wasn't the best, requiring confidence in assembling expensive items and following directions. The manual was somewhat vague, but most users should be able to handle it. The reviewer had a professional check the assembly, who fine-tuned some nuts and bolts and suggested a couple of replacement parts that might wear out sooner than expected. The company went above and beyond to provide these parts, showcasing their excellent customer service. They are quick to respond and thorough, and our reviewer is grateful for their helpfulness. For all these reasons, this client recommends this bike.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer initially found this electric bike to be a great value. It handles hills well and has a generally solid feel, leading to an enjoyable riding experience. However, there were a couple of immediate drawbacks. The first complaint centered around the kickstand, which was awkwardly positioned. It interfered with the left pedal, causing the reviewer's shoe to collide with it during each revolution unless they adjusted their foot placement unnaturally. Ultimately, they removed the kickstand entirely to resolve the issue, leaving them without one. The other immediate issue involved the fenders, which the reviewer felt were poorly designed and seemingly added as an afterthought. They described them as wobbly, made of cheap materials, and out of sync with the overall quality of the rest of the bike. The reviewer planned to upgrade them, a modification that seemed relatively straightforward. After a month of use, the bike developed some squeaks and clicks, though it continued to function adequately. The power adapter, the reviewer noted, became extremely hot during charging, prompting a recommendation to charge it in a cool, well-ventilated space, preferably near a smoke detector. After 2 months and surpassing the 100-mile mark, the bike was mostly holding up. A minor issue arose with the left pedal popping on each revolution, but the bike's support team was responsive and quickly resolved the problem by sending a replacement set of pedals. The reviewer was also in the process of upgrading the gears on the crank side to better suit their preferences, particularly as they were preparing for a longer 80-mile ride to further test the bike's reliability.
That's it for this one. If you found this helpful, tap that like button and subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Questions? Let's talk in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.